I'm gonna just pop this up for you, Ibrahim. I have a special shout out for you, bro.
Oh, I'm excited.
We're rolling.
Hey folks, how's it going? So tonight with this Dibba double feature, we are reviewing Cats, Fuck You Ibrahim, and Babylon AD. So meow 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 meow. What I just said there was thanks for popping by and enjoy the show.
Very cool. Yeah, I mean, I put Cats on there.
Hey, hold on. Before we get into the train wreck that is, we couldn't get James's video to play last week.
Oh yeah. I don't know if I have it. Hold on.
Send it to the Popcorn and Pints email and I'll pull it up.
Or at the very least, we got to at least get a quick synopsis and rating of what I don't even remember what the fuck we talked about last week.
Mean Girls and
all right, I think it'll be faster if I just do that.
Okay.
Yeah, right. It's like no, bro. James, we got a video of you. Like we don't give a fuck about you.
Okay, it was Mean Girls and what?
It was Mean Girls and
Fifth Element.
That's right.
Fifth Element.
Yes.
So okay, I'll go with Mean Girls first.
Quick synopsis.
Mean Girls. Funny. I didn't care about the story. It's all the same cliche. The new girl becomes friends with the non-cool, becomes friends with the popular, then realizes, oh, they're assholes. They're not my friends. The old ones were, blah, blah. So it's a back and forth. I didn't care about the story. The jokes in it, all the comedy in this made me laugh. The two friends, the gay guy and the girl.
Yeah. The brunette.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Girl gets hit by a bus.
Hilarious.
It's a fun comedy. It's like it goes with the story, but like I still don't care about the story. So I gave Mean Girls, I want to say I gave it an 8.
Okay.
I believe I gave it an 8. So now the other one, Fifth Element. Fifth Element, as you guys mentioned I popped in the chat. You guys mentioned it's basically Bruce Willis in a white beater. He's John McCain in the future, you know.
Die Hard in space.
Die Hard in space. So
too.
So a lot of action. It goes. I thought it was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. To me, it's like one of those cult classics.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Yeah, it's Chris Tucker, funny as hell.
Fucking love Chris Tucker, man.
So I believe I also gave that one an 8.
Okay.
All right.
So,
hey Phil, yeah, this is gonna be a salty episode, Phil.
I was on the same board with you, 8 with both of those movies. Yeah.
Yes. That was a good week. Couldn't be here. Then I come back and I gotta watch these two.
That's what you get. We got stuck with these because James wasn't here last week.
Yeah, and James, Cats is for you, honestly. I picked Cats for you.
I know.
Yeah.
I remember.
It doubled for me because I hate musicals.
Yeah,
I remember.
This is a disaster.
It's not just a musical either, but it's a Broadway show. So it's like you're watching a play and
it is a can of hot garbage that's just been baking in the sun.
Shitty
garbage.
The garbage pickup was late this day, and this has been baking in the sun.
I'm going to give you the exact words I said to my wife that was sitting next to me, behind me, watching it. So it starts. First thing, starts singing.
And then 3 days later.
What's up with all the cats showing their pussy? They lift up the leg, is like,
dude. I didn't even think of that, but yeah, that is exactly every cat in there slowly does this thing where they lift up their leg at one point.
Hey,
every cat, there's a crotch shot on every cat.
Yeah, they know who their core audience is. It's furries. Like this is a furry movie.
Definitely.
Aaron was all over this.
I was waiting for them every time they lift their leg like that. The song they were singing, I was hoping to cut off, and the song "Pop That Pussy" came on. It would have been more entertaining. Now, the second thing, real quick, they started singing. I mean, it just started. The cat gets dropped off in the sand.
She gets dumped out of this bag, and they start singing immediately.
So I'm like, wow, this is early. then as soon as they stopped singing, another song. That's how they talk. It was like all songs. I said, it's like this through the whole thing. I was like, oh my fucking. That's when I messaged in the chat. I said, I'm going to kill myself.
Yeah.
No, dude,
it's relentless, and there's nothing makes sense. Nothing makes any sense.
You know, like I was in that same boat. I knew there was going to be a lot of songs and shits, but I thought there'd at least be a little dialogue to kind of set up each scene. There's not even like any fucking dialogue in this movie. Maybe a total of 20 words that aren't sung.
Every
I'm like,
new
seriously?
character, like the tap dancer. Oh, he's Mr. Railroad Jangles or wherever the fuck his name was, and he's tap dancing. So every cat introduced had his own song. I'm like, no, man.
And what's crazy too is like, so the premise of the actual plot, whatever. I mean, this movie doesn't have a plot. It's just a bunch of bullshit.
It doesn't. I'm watching this whole thing. I'm like, what the fuck? What's the point?
But like the actual point is that one of them gets to leave this fucking place. Like that's the whole rub. Is that?
Oh, I thought it was they get picked and they get
shot into the sky, basically.
Basically.
They jump from this crap.
Whatever you want to say. Judi Dench chooses one of them and they get the fuck out.
It's a big fucking lie. It's a big fucking lie. They're just sacrificing them to the cat god.
Yeah.
So I mean, anything, death, exit, any way out of this thing, I think is worth it. And yeah, I mean, that's the whole. But half the time it's this other bullshit. It's like, what the fuck is going on? I have no idea. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't care. Get me out of here.
What was so bad about their life? It looked like they were having fun to me.
What, licking their crotch the whole time and singing?
Yeah. The other thing too we gotta talk about is this CGI is
awful.
The worst thing I've ever seen, maybe ever. Like ever. Because there's stuff that's bad, but like this is such an uncanny valley kind of weird shit. And like I swear, I'm not trying to be this way, but like I swear to God, every black actor looked fucking hella bad.
Hey, hold on.
I swear to God, like they looked even worse. Like most of them looked bad, but like Jennifer Hudson. What the fuck did they do to Jennifer Hudson with the CGI in this movie?
Hold on.
Holy shit.
The CGI, there's a special note I found as I was like looking up notes on this. Yes, the CGI is bad. This is a recut of the movie because of all the complaints about the bad CGI in the very first cut.
Wow. So there's something that's worse.
Hold on.
Well, there's a trailer. They showed a trailer, and Jennifer Hudson, like when she's doing her solo song, it looks even worse than what we saw in this movie. If you can believe.
Here's the cutout I found. Like the film's original release contained numerous CGI errors and glitches, such as one scene in which Judi Dench's human hand, complete with her wedding ring, appears instead of old, whatever the fuck her name is.
Whatever the fucking character.
But
I mean, to be honest, that was an improvement because those paws and feet look fucking weird.
Yeah,
very weird.
But like this CGI was fucking creepy for one thing. Creepy bad. It wasn't like not just bad, but fucking creepy. I'm like, I can't look at these people. They look like disfigured humans that I feel like have been tortured for years on end.
Yeah, it's like some, like what was that? It was like Alien 4 where they had these cloned Ripleys and it was like fucking mutated. That's what this movie is actually a horror movie where someone decided I'm going to take a cat and a fucking human and I'm going to breed them and I'm going to brainwash them into singing. Yeah. That's what this movie should actually be about. And then when you fly away, you fly to your maker, who's some fucked up crazy scientist.
Yeah, that would be a lot more entertaining.
That's what this movie really feels like because they are frightening. They are legitimately frightening.
I'm listening to that first song. I'm like, this is literally going on this is the longest fucking song I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I paused it. I'm like, holy fuck! It's only been 5 minutes.
Yeah, dude. And you're locked into some weird bullshit. And again, none of it makes sense. None of it makes sense. What the fuck is the point? And it never feels like there is a point. It's just another bullshit. And now here's Jason Derulo. Here's fucking Taylor Swift. And it's like, no, get me out of here. I want
like there's a huge reason I hate musicals. Like as much as I love music and I really enjoy movies, when I watch a movie, I want a fucking story. And I've never watched a musical where it's actually progressed the story and built on the plot. I can't do it. Not in an easy to understand way at the very least. And this does this is just fucking singing. It's just
a bunch of non sequiturs.
Has nothing to do with the story.
And not in a good way. Not like Airplane, not like the Naked Gun. This is like fuck you movie. Yeah. Here's a cat dancing, showing its ass, and here's Jason Derulo.
I mean,
and here's McCaverty.
McCaffrey. Why? All I can say is why, Idris, why?
Yeah. I got a question about that.
There's a lot of people. Like, it's obvious that no one, if anyone saw the outcome of this, they'd be like, you got to double my pay or I'm out. Because, I mean, so Judi Dench is in this movie. Ian McKellen is in this movie.
Why?
They got
Again,
fucking Taylor Swift in this movie.
Again,
Jason
why?
Derulo's in this movie.
Jennifer
Say
Hudson.
it.
Jennifer Hudson in this movie, who's won a fucking Oscar.
Yeah.
I saw Ian
Jesus
McKellen,
Christ.
and I'm like, why Gandalf? Don't say it ain't so, Gandalf.
Yeah, no, like, what the fuck you do?
That money.
Dude, the worst scene in this movie is when the fat cat chick, and they're in her house, and there's a bunch of fucking cockroaches. What the fuck?
She trained them. She trained the mice and the cockroaches.
That was legitimately scary.
Yeah, she's eating them.
Yeah.
She's eating them. No, movie. I'm not. And they're dancing on a cake.
They tried to put comedy in where she jumped and slammed against the.
It's so
rail.
unsanitary.
And weird. Like, it's just.
Speaking of characters, is it just me? Did I just catch this? All the black cats, or they had them dressed like pimps.
Basically.
I mean, other than Jennifer Hudson, it kind of seemed like it. Yeah, they were tomcats.
Oh man, I was like, okay.
Oh my god, this movie.
I didn't need another reason to not like James Corden, but this made me hate him more.
You know,
Like,
he jumped his ass on this so quick because he always sings on his talk show, his night show, and people are like, "Hey, you got a pretty good voice. You want to be in this play?" He's like, "Hell yeah!" He jumped on that shit.
I just don't like him. I don't. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I mean, I love Conan. Yes, he's a fellow Mick. But James Corden, I don't know what it is. I've just never cared for him.
Yeah.
Not as much as I dislike Jimmy Fallon, though.
Oh yeah, he's annoying.
Well, Jimmy Fallon, that fake laugh. That's just like
exactly.
I
disgusting.
I feel like garbage.
It's like, dude, that wasn't funny at all, and he's like laughing his ass off. What the fuck?
And one of the reasons I particularly hate him is I'm still paying for the degree I earned from the same college that just fucking gave him one for no reason.
Oh, they just handed it to him? Yeah.
Yeah. It's like had I gone to, he was the speaker. If I were to go to graduation, he was going to be the speaker. I'm like, fuck no.
Yeah. I'm skipping.
That's fucking funny.
Hello, fellow graduates.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. Exactly.
So
yeah, this movie.
Huh?
What's your take on the movie?
It sucked.
It's so bad. It is so bad.
Like, not even the fact that it was a musical, because I can deal with that to an extent, but this just, like Ibrahim was saying, nothing makes sense. There's no story. There's no nothing to it. It's just a bunch of motherfuckers dressed up as cats singing.
And the songs suck. They weren't even catchy. Like, the songs suck.
Listen, no, I don't know. Hold on.
I think that like Jennifer Hudson has that solo. It's good, but then you look at her. She looks like a fucking, I don't know. And I'm like, I can't take this seriously right now because, like, she can sing. And the song is kind of good, but I look at her, it's like, what the fuck happened? What happened in this movie? And I can't take anything seriously anymore.
There's only two parts of this movie where I was like, all right, that sounds good. Jennifer Hudson, I think, is the highlight towards the end, right before they send her off to die in the helium balloon. Singing that song, there were a couple songs I recognized that I didn't realize were from Cats.
It was Memories.
I don't know what the name of it was, but first off, Jennifer Hudson has a fucking just mind-boggling voice. She sounds great. Yeah, for at least from what I was reading, like she sang that song and like other people were in tears just standing there watching her.
Not me. I was in tears for another reason.
No, but
no, she's good. She's
great. Yeah, and to be fair, Francesca Hayward, who plays like the main white cat, awful to watch. But I did enjoy her one scene, kind of like the first time she sees Jennifer Hudson in the alley. I think they're singing a song, "Beautiful Ghosts." I'm like, this sounds pretty good at least. Which that song was written by Taylor Swift, which she sings over the credits, I think, is what I read. But those were the only 2 points where I'm like, at least the music right now I can stand. But I'm like, holy fuck. Plus the song Jennifer Hudson singing, Will Ferrell sings in Step Brothers at the end of the movie. So there's a Step Brothers connection. That's what they're saying. Him and Dale are singing on stage at the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
Wow.
I didn't even notice. I didn't even catch that.
I like as soon as I heard the tune and the background music, I'm like, this sounds so fucking familiar.
Yeah, I didn't catch that. Huh.
I feel really bad for the main actor in this. I forget what her name was, but Chris just said it. Because this is like, because she was a big Broadway person for a bit, and like this was like her big thing, and then she's in like one of the worst movies of all time. And it's not really her fault, but I mean, this whole thing is a train wreck. It is a train going off a cliff that exploded, and there's a bunch of acid inside of it that falls on a bunch of children. It's just the worst possible thing that could happen.
Like this whole thing was bad, but when it got to the part towards the end, and like you have that feeling, you're like, this is definitely the end. It's wrapping up, and they're standing on that statue. All the cats are around, and Judi Dench just keeps on singing. I'm like, just fucking end. Why?
I know, dude.
Why? Just fucking wrap it up. I don't care that
the other thing too is like this movie. This movie is like, so McCaverty jumps onto the things like and then he falls, but then it's like, okay, good, fucking kill him. But then instead he falls onto the thing, and then they're like, oh, we're all together, let's dance and sing. It's like, no, end or kill someone or do something. Something. Give me anything, something, but nothing. I get nothing. I get more bullshit.
By the way, I had to break out the hard stuff just to talk about this. I'm drinking an 8% double IPA. So I had to get ripped.
I was saying, like, when I was watching, I was like, I'm not drunk enough to be watching this. Like, you have to be either a furry or you need to be high and drunk, cross-faded.
You need more than that.
On opium. Yeah.
I'm drinking some eggnog and Southern Comfort. Starts from a bar glass.
Cool.
Eggnog's bad enough in winter. I can't believe you're drinking it in summer.
Eggnog. I love it. I'll drink it all year long.
Yeah, I like eggnog.
I love it.
That shit is like one of the worst drinks to have, though. It's like all fat.
So
but that's why it tastes so good. It's fat and sugar.
That's true.
No? Here's some fun trivia for you. Estimated to have lost Universal Pictures approximately $114 million. I think that's lowballing it.
Good. Good.
They should be paying. They should still be paying for this.
I mean, someone had to see like the first version of when they did the CGI of the cats, and they should have just shelved this thing. Yeah. I mean, a smart executive would have been like, "This is a fucking disaster. We need to get out. We need to like because then you got to pay to advertise the film, which is you're going even further. So if you just shelve the shit, at least then you could save some costs. But
there was that Anne Hathaway was considered for a role in the film. She passed due to scheduling conflict. Good on her. I'm sure she couldn't have been more thrilled with that decision. Judi Dench's character is originally a male in the original play. Like, see, I haven't seen it on Broadway, certainly, or anything like that. I can see the appeal as a Broadway show just because of the sheer choreography, and I'm sure it feels different watching something like this in person.
They wear cat suits.
Yeah.
And the cat suits look better than this fucked up CGI mess.
Yeah, it does. I couldn't get over the fact that every character in this movie looked like a failed experiment from the Human Centipede.
Yeah.
Basically. Like if the Human Centipede, the mad scientist in the Human Centipede was trying to create a man cat or woman cat, this is what they all would have looked like. And that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, legit. This should have been like, the only way to salvage this is to like make it a horror movie about someone who's a furry, basically, some weird furry guy who wants to fuck these cats. He wants to fuck a cat, but he wants like a cat that's a human, and so he makes these things. And then there's who knows? There's a musical in it. You can have music if you want. Isn't there a musical horror movie? What was that? Repo the Genetic Opera.
Yeah.
You could have something like that, but that's the only way you can salvage this thing because it's so horrific, in a bad way, that you just can't take anything seriously. All the good parts, you're just like, and there are very few, but the good parts that are there, you're like, well, what am I looking at? What the hell am I looking at in this movie?
And
disaster.
I mean, Taylor Swift was obviously not nearly in this as much as you would expect. I don't think, but thinking back on that, I'm like, that's not a fucking surprise. She's the biggest name on the bill, and she's in maybe a total of 1 minute. 3 minutes of screen time.
She's got one big scene, and that's it.
She's got one big scene. To their credit, though, they kind of put her on the villain side, which I was kind of surprised about. Just because of her good-hearted image.
Which one was she? Was she the cat introduced?
She comes down, sings the song about McCafferty.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, which I was kind of surprised that was that surprised me a little bit. I assumed she would have been, on the more.
Well, that McCafferty cat kind of gave off like a Candyman vibe.
Yeah.
The eyes are like dark and this dude's gonna shoot bees out of his mouth.
Be my victim. We're all this movie's victim.
No, this movie was trash, guys.
One thing I found hilarious. Apparently, Taylor Swift was talking in an interview that like the whole cast attended a cat school to learn how cats behave, move, and do all this stuff. One quote I found, what was it? We would literally do hours on end of barefoot crawling on the floor, hissing at each other. We learned about cat instincts and the way they carry themselves and the way they process information, the way they see the world, the way they move. Cat school.
That's
like I said, this is a furry wet dream. Like that's what this is. It is, honestly.
The first move they learned was to spread your legs.
All for her 3 minutes. The caucasity.
Caucasity of this, man.
It's bad, man.
But to be fair, they got paid to do it, so.
No, it's true. They got a check, no lie.
They all chose to be there. Oh, by the way, who was Hooper? Was that, I don't remember the role of Hooper. Was that Ian McKellen?
Or was that the magician?
Or was that the magician? Either way, Hugh Jackman was offered that role and he turned it down.
He could have done it.
And Hugh Jackman fucking loves musicals. So he saw
the Biggest Showman, right?
Yeah. He saw the train wreck that was coming and knew to get off.
The train's going off the cliff.
He knew not to get on the train. He knew not to get on the train.
It's like, hey, so Hugh, here's the thing. So we're going to do the CGI cat movie, and we want you to sing a song. It's like, CGI cat movie? Thanks, but no thanks. Fuck off.
They should have him come in as Wolverine and kill all the cats.
That would be entertaining.
Yeah.
Damn.
While singing.
Yeah, he could sing.
But what does everybody rate this movie?
Oh, fuck, God. Man.
Yeah, how many balloon rides to the afterlife?
Balloon rides to hell.
This movie is legitimately like a I don't know. So if Freddy Got Fingered was a -10, this is like a -9.
No.
Yeah. This movie's really bad.
I don't do a negative scale.
Yeah, I don't do negative.
This movie's really bad.
It is bad. You're right.
It was really bad. I think Freddy Got Fingered is worse.
I didn't like the songs.
But that's it.
I thought it was going when I was listening to this, hearing this. I thought they're going to have like a one big number that it was like all the other Broadway shows and everything. Like it stuck out. Like, oh, I know this song. This song is really popular. It did. It was like all the songs are like kind of boring.
Yeah. And they're relentless. Song.
After. Like I said right in the beginning, I was going to lose my mind. But yeah, it was trash. Story didn't make sense. It was so corny. It's hard for. Okay. I'm giving it a 1. Because it's on. They made it. There you go. You got the steps for that.
You made it.
So it's a 1.
So.
No, I'm giving it a 1 for a few reasons. I can't really give it a 0 because I gave Blood Lake a 0.
Yeah, it's better than Blood Lake.
Listen, Jennifer Hudson was the highlight, at least towards the end there when she's saying her one song, her voice and range, like that was pretty incredible. As distracting as it was to see her as like a failed mutation cat experiment.
Yeah.
Because
she looked the worst. I think she looked the worst of all.
Raggedy and poor looking. Like she was like rejected. I don't understand why she couldn't be part of them. But because she's black.
But
and there's no explanation. There's no explanation for anything. It's like what?
No,
there's no explanation.
I don't understand.
There's so little plot they can't even describe it. And he basically sending a cat off to die into the sky at the end of the movie.
Yep. That's all I was going to say. How it's ending, really.
Yeah.
It's basically like Of Mice and Men, when they put a fucking bullet in Lenny's head.
Yeah.
Same thing. Put a bullet in his fucking cat's head.
But listen, I liked that one part where she's saying, I like the one part where Francesca, the white cat, sang the beautiful ghost song in the streets to Jennifer Hudson. And that was it. So 1.
All right.
This was a very, very long 2 hours.
Yes.
Oh my god.
So I liked when the end credits came on.
Yeah.
It was just too much. It was too long. It was too boring. The song sucked. The story didn't make any sense. It was something that was like not interesting to follow. Like, it was hard to follow because it was so shitty. I'm like, what the fuck? Just a bunch of fucking cats singing. I'm gonna give it a negative 7.
It's crazy to think how the outcome of this movie is so different than such a successful Broadway play that's been going on for 40 plus years.
Yeah.
And I'm not
It just doesn't translate.
I'm not lying. I'm not a fan of that one either. Is it like
It doesn't translate.
It's not. It don't catch my attention.
No, I mean, I've never had a desire really to go see the play, but with something with that kind of history, I can at least appreciate and see the artistic value of it. But this is just pure trash as a piece of entertainment.
They should have called this more like, if they had some action and fight scenes, it would be live action Thundercats.
Plus, why the fuck are some cats wearing shoes? Like, in some of the dance,
cat dancer.
Hey, come on.
I mean, Taylor Swift was wearing heels. Like,
yeah, I know.
Fuck?
Oh god,
it's not even consistent. You know?
No,
that made no sense. Rebel Wilson's character, the fat female cat, she unzips her fur and she has a costume underneath.
With her same fur.
Made no sense.
What? And that's how she magically gets out of her locked up chains or whatever she's.
Oh my god!
Fucking James Corden that should have been drowned.
Oh man!
Should have
drowned
that fucking cat.
Fuck that movie.
Turn him into a Jello string.
Thanks, Ibrahim.
Yeah, Ibrahim.
I mean,
hey,
I thought this movie was bad, but I didn't think it was this bad. This was really fucking bad.
Listen, this movie accomplished its purpose of being on the hate wheel.
Yes, it did.
Yeah,
right.
by far.
It did, yeah.
I'll give my
rated,
stamp of hatred.
If we rated it like that, this movie would be a 10.
It would. It would be a 10, yeah.
This movie served its purpose.
Yeah.
It definitely did.
Like, we all hate it. We all hate it, you know, universally.
Oh, man.
It's just fucking,
See, originally, I thought you put it on because I said I hate musicals. But for some reason, I thought you're like, you know what? I like Cats. He's going to hate it. And I thought you were going to say you're going to like it.
No. I mean, there are musicals I like, but I've heard that this movie's bad, but I never watched it because it's just like, why would I subject myself to this? But like, this is a good excuse, but like actually seeing it, it's even worse than I even imagined. It is worse than I imagined. It really is.
It's kind of pretty much what I expected. I sat there and I thought, why God, why for Idris Elba? Yeah. And I thought, please no, Gandalf, please don't.
Yeah. They got bamboozled,
like I said, that I didn't know the dialogue was going to be singing. It was song to song to song, and that shit was eating at me. I mean, I was like,
no, man, there wasn't even enough dialogue to progress into the next song. They just fucking stopped one and started singing the next one.
Like, because there's nothing, there's no plot,
No, it's just
basically she comes in from a bag. They tell her about the evangelical cats or the evangelical cats?
The Jellicle cats.
Jellicle cats?
I don't remember the number of times they use that fucking word.
Too many.
But
it's not a word.
It was over. It was over 120.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
From
what the one song that was 10 minutes long said it fucking 75 times itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's basically the plot. It's like, the Jellicle cats. Like, that's how we get out of here. And you have to do stuff to become one.
If it's
like, you have to do, we don't know. And this fucking fat cat, the old whatever her name is, she's going to choose for some reason. We don't know why. And then you get to float into the sky and leave this shithole.
It's like she's like the godmother. I'm like, bitch, you're old. Why don't you leave first? It's time to put you down.
Time to put you down.
Damn.
This shit was just.
They should have had at the end perfect ending right now. It was a fucking was a animal control.
Yeah.
No,
And you just see him grabbing them by the necks and putting them in bags and shit.
No, you know what would have been fun? They're singing at the Judi Dench that never stopped singing at the end. It's talking about how they're not dogs. Should have had a fucking dog come in and just rip all their necks out.
You remember that scene where they're in the house and then like those two cats they just bounce because they're fucking up someone's house and then like a dog is at the door.
Yeah,
and then
it's like a cat in a hat scene.
Should have had fucking Rottweiler come in and just rip out all their necks.
Just rip them, rip them apart.
Great. That would have made it better.
Yeah. and like like the dogs are like fucking DMX and
You said it.
like DMX, like Snoop Dogg and like, you know, a bunch of rappers.
That would have been fucking great.
Yeah.
A lot of cat piss in this movie.
I'd want to be a part of that dog gang.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all R. Kelly's animals.
Oh gosh, no, not his. Not his.
Where there it is. I was waiting for it.
There's that one too.
All right.
Had to get it in there. Get it out of the way, guys.
What do you think? Wheel time?
Yeah, let's spin. Let's spin. Get the taste. Get the taste out of our mouths.
We're done.
What are we watching next week before our break?
Yeah, one more week, then we're on 2-week break, everybody.
Yeah, we are.
Spoiler alert. Don't cry.
We will be back with a vengeance.
You can Facebook me if you miss me so much.
I think we're going back to the chick pick.
Oh, don't say that. No, we need a break.
I'm telling you. I
don't know, man.
It's gonna happen.
We hit that 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, like 3 in a row.
3 in a row. Yeah.
Damn, man. Let's change it up a little bit.
I want Howard the Duck.
Quack quack.
Is that an OG wheel or is that the white wheel?
I think that's an OG one.
Okay.
I want
OG because I want to land on Deadpool.
Oh, Howard the Duck and Deadpool.
Oh, 80s.
Oh.
80s, 90s.
Wait a minute. Howard the Duck might be on 80s.
I think there's all gems in here.
Stop. Yeah.
Damn, that was kind of close. That was cutting it close.
That was
a little sweat. Made us sweat a little bit.
We should do it like side bets.
Right on the line.
Gentlemen. $5 in. I raised it.
I don't remember what's on the wheel.
Me either.
a lot of good shit.
80s, of course. There's gonna be some good stuff.
Well, we haven't hit this one in a while. Look at how full this is.
A long fight.
Is Wayne's World on there? Fucking Wayne's World.
Yeah, it's on there.
Wayne's World.
Shit I grew up on.
Or Kelly's Wee Wee Village.
I don't think that's a movie. Wayne's World.
Oh,
We're gonna watch the movie Ran. Holy shit!
Is this you?
Oh yeah, that's me.
Ibrahim's on a roll.
Can we find it?
Yeah, you should be able to find it.
All right.
Word, that's a great question.
It's a samurai movie.
Oh, I'm in.
I'm down.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we got Ran.
Hook?
Is that off of anime?
Is it what?
Did they take it from an anime?
No, it's not an anime.
Oh, okay. No, because I'm talking about originally because that title
100%.
sounds like an anime.
Yeah, you're probably thinking of like Akira,
Maybe.
which was anime.
And a live action movie if Taika Waititi has anything to say about it.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Wayne's World? Nope.
Back to the
Dark
Future?
Crystal?
What the hell is that?
Crystal.
Wow.
Someone
put the Dark Crystal on here.
Are you serious? I don't know.
Oh, okay. Dark Crystal's cool. That's a chill movie.
Dark Crystal.
Who put that on there?
Netflix made a remake. Like they did it. They did their own.
They did it. It's a prequel.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know who put that on there.
I don't know. It could have been me random. I don't know.
Me, the Chocolate Love Dragon.
You did it?
I think so.
Oh.
Yes.
All right.
I didn't know you ever heard of Dark Crystal. Or did you just type in 80s and pick it?
No, for some movies, I just asked my wife to throw some picks in there because she likes picking movies for us.
Oh, okay.
And she's a movie buff, so I'm like, hey, you know.
What is Ran from the 80s or 90s?
It's from the 80s.
All right, 80s week.
Yeah, it's 280s. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Ran is great. But it's definitely like a, you know, art cinema kind of stuff.
Kind of like Crouching Tiger. Like
is it foreign language? Do I need subtitles?
Yeah, it's Japanese.
Okay.
I wouldn't compare it to Crouching Tiger. It's more like imagine a Japanese like medieval samurai movie, but like doing that as a drama.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like that.
It sounds interesting. I like shit like that. I like samurai and movies like that.
Yeah, it's pretty long, but it's great.
Of course, everything you think is long. It's like 3 hours.
Yeah, it's pretty long.
It's 2 hours. 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Oh, that might be a record.
Dude, it's really good. It's really, really good. It's like really good.
That might be a record, man.
I trust. See, the thing is I trust your judgment for the most.
Oh yeah, I do.
Well, when we watched what was that, The Sacrifice was really long, but like kind of.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it was dragged a little bit.
But like fucking The Fall was fucking amazing.
I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break before we hit
Alright.
Babylon. Here.
Yeah, The Fall was good.
The Fall was good. Just the visuals.
Yeah, the visuals are great. The
Shit,
visuals are like insane.
But no, like I said, you don't disappoint. Now you do throw in some shit ones here and there just to throw yourself off. But the stuff you put on there, they're those movies that make you think. Like I would have never watched them if it wasn't for you. So thank you for that. Like those foreign movies, like the old school, like the fucking
French movies.
The French movies were crazy. I like.
Yeah, those movies are really good. Letru is really good. Like Rafifi is like really Letru. But yeah, Rafifi is like, dude, that's just like a really good heist film. Like really good.
Yes, it was. That was a good one too, man. But yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys will like Ran. It's kind of long, but it's really artistic and I think it's well done.
Nice.
But some of the other ones, like The Sacrifice, those were just ones that I wanted to watch, but I hadn't seen yet, so I just put them on a list.
Makes sense.
But like The Fall, Ran, things like that. I think I even put like shit like Kingdom of Heaven, the director's cut on there. Like those are things I've seen that I think are really good, but they're kind of rare, and not a lot of people have seen it, which is why I put them on there.
Nice.
So.
And what's the other one? I forgot already.
The other one is The Dark Crystal.
Dark Crystal, that's right. Now I've seen.
That's the one Netflix made a follow-up show on. Right?
Yeah, I watched.
It's a prequel. The show is a prequel. But I heard it was good, but they canceled it.
Basically, it's Jim Henson puppets.
Yeah.
That I look forward to.
Yeah.
It's crazy, yeah. The
puppets.
The puppetry is good. How they look and everything is cool. All right, so is everybody ready for...
we got to talk about
Mr.
Babylon
AD and his family? We're family.
First,
oh my God.
I
didn't know he said it this far back. Like, I did not know that quote was in all his movies.
It's in all of them. Like, this movie is nothing but a set of recycled or pre-cycled Vin Diesel cliches that he would just draw from. Every movie he's in is just some different set of recycled Vin Diesel.
Character, too.
Action.
The badass, like everybody knows him because he's.
I want to see a movie where Vin Diesel fucking dies. That's I don't think that's too much.
That stays dead.
Stays dead.
He did die.
Stays dead. By the way, I don't like he dies at the one point, and then when he wakes up, he has like a new horribly looking bionic arm. Like they literally just put a piece of plastic over his hand.
Yeah. Called it a day.
And called it a day, and like a leg. I'm like,
he has a metal pole for a leg, and that's it.
And he has that like replaced like lower calf. I'm like, what the fuck? Why? What happened to his specific arm and leg?
I think when she shot him, when he dropped to his knees, the explosion.
And somehow his arm and one lower leg are like literally the fire's blowing up in his face.
He did get shot a couple of times. Maybe they couldn't save his arms or something.
It doesn't make any sense why that's what had to be replaced.
It doesn't bother me. The character is the same. But here's the thing. He goes around like he's an assassin for his whole life, and he's like the best out there. But then he protects his girl. But this one mission on the snowmobiles, he gets shot like 15 times. Falls over, almost dies. The girl has to pull a piece of metal out because the girl knows everything. She's like a supercomputer.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, I'm so sick of his character. Like you said, it gave me the Triple X vibes. I bet that's where he made it. Triple X came out. He's like, yo, let's pull from this fucking movie. I love the character a lot.
So
let's take this whole other script and then put Triple X on top of it.
Yeah,
and
this
then
movie,
just fuck it, make it.
This movie was 2008. I don't know what year Triple X was, but I think it was after that or before that?
I think it was before.
I thought it was before. I think it's before.
Yeah, Triple X came out before. I think it was like 2001, 2002. It's early 2000s trash. But you know,
because that fucking
kind of put them on the map.
That fucking snowmobile scene is straight
out of Triple X. It's like a B-side. You know, it's like, well, we tried to do that in Triple X, but we couldn't, so we'll do it in the next
2002. Triple X was 2002. So yeah, that was just fucking. That was. You know what? That footage was probably unused film from fucking Triple X.
Like, that's not a joke. There's a scene. So, like, for instance, Michael Bay recycled some of his shit. So he recycled a scene from The Island in Transformers. Same shot. They just had a fucking Transformer fall on a car. So like, people do that. Listen, they legit do that. So
as much as we're gonna bash this movie, I watched Cats first, so I preferred this movie so much more.
I prefer that. I prefer anything.
I mean, listen, there's and Chris, you were talking about like the person who wrote the script said basically disowned this whole thing as Hollywood,
garbage,
fuck up. You can tell that whoever wrote this, the idea that they had in mind before Vin Diesel fucked it over, had to do like, about like religion and politics and people being refugees. Cause there's some like really kind of dark stuff that happens in the middle of this movie where they're refugees and they're trying to like move across different countries. There's like this
the submarine.
Yeah. The submarine scene was like, really, it's like, whoa, this is like a real movie. Yeah. And then Vin Diesel shows up and then it's over. The movie, the good part of the movie's gone.
Here, it's sad. Before we trash more of this, here's a little backstory on the movie that I found. So it was directed by Matthew Kassovitz or something. I can't pronounce his name. International co-production between France, the UK, the United States. But that's not the interesting part. The interesting part is the guy that directed and wrote this movie worked on the English language film adaptation of a French novel called Babylon Babies. He worked on it for 5 years before getting this movie picked up and made. He did not want Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
He wanted, instead of Vin Diesel, he wanted some French actor named Vincent Cassel who was to be the lead role. Vin Diesel entered negotiations to star in the film against director's wishes. Strangely enough, he dropped out of the lead of the Hitman movies to play this role. But this was literally like the director had his vision for this movie. The studio got it and just shit all over it.
They gutted it immediately.
They gutted it. They wanted they put Vin Diesel in it.
Because there's nothing you can do.
Just go from there.
Once Vin Diesel comes onto your movie, you're fucked. That's it. You're fucked. Yeah. You're stuck with him. He's a fucking idiot. He's gonna dumb it down. And there's nothing you can do because
I believe we said that before because I can't read this.
Yeah, it's like I can't read this dialogue. And like so many of these scenes are like all the same. Like that whole scene where the guy, and that he probably like wrote this. So like this scene just like kind of blew my mind how dumb it was. So these guys show up, they're speaking Russian. They tell him they're gonna take him to some place. He pulls a gun on this other guy, and they have this long thing like, oh, like what did you do? And it I swear to God, it feels like every movie he's ever in. It feels like what was that one other sci-fi movie that he did? Chronicles of Riddick. It felt like Riddick. It felt like he was talking like Riddick to this guy. It was straight out of Riddick. It was the same shit. It was the same character. And then he fucking quotes like Scarface at this guy. He's like, the only thing that matters in life is if you have your balls in your word. You have neither, bro. And he shoots him. It's like, you thought that was clever? You thought that was clever. Oh my God, it's so bad. But that setup is just like, that's every Vin Diesel movie, right?
It is.
He's the badass guy. These people, he's not afraid of them because he's so badass. He kills this guy, but then he goes to the gang warlord, and the warlord needs him because he's the most badass guy in the universe.
Yeah.
Fuck this movie. And I bet you none of that was in the original script. None of it. None of it.
No.
And then Vin Diesel comes on and is like, I have this really good idea. No, you have fucking bad ideas, dude. Yeah. You got fucking terrible, cliche bullshit ideas, and you force them on this movie. And every movie you do.
The original.
So
I'm curious.
You say that, it's funny. As I learned, there's a French language documentary of the troubled creation of this film, and they called it fucking Kassovitz, which was released in 2011.
I gotta see this.
I'm super curious to check that out. The director is quoted at one point as saying describing Vin Diesel as a completely idiot actor.
Bro, so I don't want to jump ahead too far, but like basically at the end, there's a moment that happens where there needs to be some real acting, and to see Vin Diesel try to act.
Yeah,
is so pathetic. It's so pathetic.
Do you think he considers himself a great actor?
Yes.
I think he has that ego. Yeah. Where he tells himself he's the greatest.
Did you hear that stuff that happened between him and The Rock? Some more stuff came out about that, and like The Rock kind of responded. Basically, Vin Diesel said that he purposely provoked The Rock on that movie. I think the fifth or the sixth one of the two. To get a better performance out of him. He's like, yeah, that's what a producer does. he's legitimately just like one of the dumbest people. And man, it's just like crazy how this guy has this much power and this much success and fame. Total fucking idiot.
Dude, literally the only reason he has a job is because he works out.
He's not even that big.
No, he's not.
Like in the movie, they're like, "Look, he's a big motherfucker." I'm like, "No, he's not."
He's not, bro. Okay, you remember in this movie, he's in that cage with that MMA fighter guy, and I'm like, this dude would fuck him up. Would have murdered him in like 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Murdered him. Like, it's hilarious that they put Vin Diesel in there with like a legit big dude, and he looks tiny. But then they have him beating this dude's ass. It's like, no. He would be dead, like, immediately.
But, fuck, man. He is, oh, God. Just, like, and it's funny because as bad as Vin Diesel is, I never have a overall problem with the type of movie that he's in. It's just fucking Vin Diesel.
Yeah, because you was
like if you replace Vin Diesel with if you replace Vin Diesel with another action star, pretty much any action star, I could at least be like, all right, not that bad.
Yeah.
But like, just I don't know, just his fucking stupid face, voice, accent, whole demeanor. Every movie he's in is just more recycled stuff.
It is. I'm sick and tired of his fucking catchphrases. They're so fucking annoying. I
love the poster. The poster for this behind the scenes photo. Part of like basically there's a director on top, and then on bottom is him pointing his fucking finger at Vin Diesel very angrily. I have to see this fucking documentary.
Wow.
Literally on the poster is him like this.
Is it really?
Vin Diesel, yes.
That's the poster. They should redo it as the original, what they wanted.
Literally, the poster is him like angrily pointing his finger at Vin Diesel, like you fucking idiot.
I gotta say, I'm curious now. I'm curious to see.
I have to watch this. I have to watch this, dude. I have to watch this.
That's fucking hilarious.
Oh my God.
Like, there was also, I think this movie lost money, but there was all kinds of problems and delays in production because of the environment and stuff. Like they filmed a lot of this in the Czech Republic, but the scenes where they needed to snow, it never snowed. So they were so far behind like schedule and budget on this movie. It's ridiculous that it even got made.
Yeah.
Especially where you go up somewhere like that where it's supposed to be always snow.
Yeah, and then there's no snow.
There's like those, what the fuck is going on, man?
Dude, and what fucking annoys me, like right off the bat and angers me, is like they portray the villains in the beginning of this movie who you find out work for this girl's dad or something like that. Yeah. Like they're doing parkour just because they think it's cool. To try to add some level of excitement to the movie as they're jumping you know, when they're in the fight club there or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Every time someone jumped, that's what's going in my head. It's like parkour.
Parkour. I'm just thinking of the scenes. I'm thinking of Michael Scott from The Office yelling parkour. Thinking that this has got to look so cool on film.
It was so corny.
Oh yeah, this doc, it's on YouTube. I'm watching this shit. I'm definitely watching this shit.
So I sent Aaron a message of this because this movie is nothing but a fucking prequel to The Pacifier, as far as I'm concerned, with the way that it ends.
Or the sequel, because he has the two babies they raise up and he's watching them. Right
is there a sequel to this?
No, they set it up like they were going to make a part 2.
No, this movie ends with Vin Diesel clearly having to watch a set of twins. And how does that not lead into The Pacifier?
It does, definitely. The Pacifier, you're right.
Oh my gosh.
Horrible.
This is a fucking prequel to The Pacifier. That's what this piece of shit was. And I say that, and that knowing full well I enjoyed it more than Cats.
Oh,
yes.
definitely.
A lot more. A lot more. And both movies fucking sucked.
By the way, like, I don't understand how they went from the sub to all of a sudden it's snowmobiling through the Arctic.
Yeah, I fucking know. It is like the Arctic. You're like, dude, you guys are only weren't they only crossing over into Canada, then to the U.S.?
So the sub goes from Russia to Alaska. Okay, that's somewhat believable.
Yep.
But then how do they have snowmobiles waiting for them in Alaska? And what the fuck happened to everybody else on the sub? How was there not a fight or something?
Yeah, sub. Where's all the other people? Yeah. Should there be more than 2 snowmobiles? Well, how are they getting over?
And like you knew the second he had some kind of friend helping him out, he was going to be killed.
Yeah. He's
a double cross.
Like he said, they set it up. He says you can't trust nobody.
No.
I was like, yeah, this dude's gonna do something shady, turn him in or something. I seen it, but it's a little different. But I knew he was gonna die,
dude. And how fucking creepy was the one scene where she almost came on to him in the bathroom, like after he got out of the shower,
like a 16-year-old girl or something.
Dude, I'm watching this. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like they keep referring to her as a kid, but like they never say her age.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. That's why I said I thought she was 16. I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
Like,
we got some,
what the
pedophile,
fuck?
It was some kind of
R. Kelly shit.
Yeah, it was some kind of species kind of shit was about to happen, you know?
Oh, but she was already pregnant, though. That made no. I thought they were going to bang and she was going to get pregnant because of him. And what is that shit he's injecting into his neck?
That was his passport.
That was our
It's weird.
The passport?
It's the future.
Oh, I thought it was like a drug or something they gave him. Like he needed to be like super juiced that he really is not.
No, that was surprisingly one of the easier things to understand.
Oh, okay. I lost it. I didn't know what it was.
That's the only way that he can get out of Russia.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's the only way he's allowed to get back in the
like,
States.
What the hell? That New York City looked like New York City.
Oh, one thing I forgot to mention about
different?
One thing I forgot to mention about Cats, I had flashbacks to the original Batman movie. All the neon and the city setting reminded me of Batman.
Yeah, the dark alley and shit.
Yeah.
And you're waiting for one of those balloon patrol cops.
Oh, it would have been awesome if Batman would have came in and just kicked the shit out of every
fucking mutant cats.
Fucking killed everybody.
The fuck?
Killed everybody.
What would you do?
Fucking
dude, and
man.
like there were parts of this movie where I felt like the camera was moving too fucking fast to follow what was going on too.
Yeah, it was bad all the way around. Like the camera shots, the fucking Vin Diesel in his fucking same role every movie.
Yo, how come every movie he's in, the movie starts off with like from a distance and him talking?
A distance, him sitting at a table eating something like he's the baddest ass. I gotta eat these fucking cornflakes.
He's talking, and you know. So real quick, it was funny. I was watching this movie the other day. My stepson came downstairs, and he just heard me watching the movie. He's like, "What are you watching? Fast and the Furious?"
I mean, it's the same thing. If it's anything to do with Vin Diesel, it's the same shit.
You know what? I said basically maybe kind of spacious. In space,
you know what?
Fast and Furious in the future. Yeah. Fast and Future.
Hold on, I just thought of something. Maybe after Vin Diesel dies, he's going to be the movie version of Tupac. They're still going to be able to keep making Vin Diesel movies after he's dead, just like Tupac was releasing albums after he died.
Well, they're going to use his voice. They're going to take his.
They're going to keep recycling lines from.
Yes.
Yeah, they'll recycle lines from all his movies.
All of them. They're the same. They just plug
to make some new role.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because it's all the same shit.
Oh God.
Basically.
Yo, he's still to this day thinks he's like badass. Like he has a TikTok now. He
How
acts
long?
Like he's a superstar.
How long before he makes a movie where he actually incorporates the line "I am Groot"? That's not a Guardians or Marvel movie.
I'm waiting for him to do a live action Mr. Potato Head, because that's the shape of his head. Fucking lumpy head
hilarious. That would be fucking hilarious.
His head is lumpy and misshaped. Fucking so weird looking. Oh, man. Fucking dork.
Oh man, do you think taking him out of this movie as the actor would have made this movie any better though?
Yes. Yes.
Well, see the thing, it's not just that you take him out of the movie. It's like when you add Vin Diesel, he fucks up the movie and he just starts like, oh, so what we need to do is I need to have this badass moment when it's like that's not badass, that's dumb. But he's the fucking star of the movie, so then he gets his way, and so he fucks things up. That's the problem. And so the French guy Vince Castle, he's not going to do that because he's not an asshole. He's not an idiot. That's the big difference, really.
Yep.
Like you said,
and then you don't get the triple X shit either, like flipping on a fucking snowmobile. You don't get those. I don't
understand how he has so much power. He must know somebody on the inside.
I don't get it either, man. I don't.
I mean, I guess because
he knows where the second island is.
He brings numbers. As sad as it is, like he's in these popular type of action movies and he hits them at the right time. So he brings in these big fucking numbers and then he makes like 79 sequels.
Yeah. I'm shocked that he didn't say, yo, that even though it bombed in his head, he's like, yo, that movie is great. We should even make a part 2. I'm shocked he didn't. Like on his own, like he's doing all these other movies and make a part 2 of this.
Give it time. He's still working on Fast.
Him and Nicolas Cage.
I mean, he didn't. He
are making their own shit, and they're going to team up one of these days. It's going to be
so he wasn't involved with the making of this movie, unlike every other sequel he's in that he keeps making, because those were movies he was involved in making. This one he couldn't make a sequel to because he wasn't involved in the original.
Oh, that's why. Okay, and they won't sell him the rights to it. He's like, give it to me. I'll make it.
That's why he only stars in movies where he has a hand in producing or writing or creating himself.
Like Nick
Those are the only fucking roles he can get now.
Bad idea for those people.
Him and Nick Cage, man, the power couple. Put them in a movie together.
I can't believe that hasn't happened. I honestly
I'm shocked too. You know what it is? The two egos are probably clashing. They're like, true. I want this, and they're like, no, I want this.
Like,
you remember MTV's Celebrity Deathmatch?
Yes.
Vin Diesel, Nick Cage. That would be a great one.
Yep. I agree. I agree.
The biggest fucking ego.
Their head keeps getting bigger every time you hit them.
Yeah. That's how you win one of the head blows up.
Yeah.
And they're just complimenting themselves and their shitty movie roles and acting as their own characters as well.
Vin Diesel keeps saying, sorry, we're family. And Nick Cage is like, shut up, and kicks him in the balls.
Oh, man.
We can make it. We can make that episode.
That'd be great.
But yeah, god damn.
This was awful.
Any more on this, Aaron?
I don't know what is Vin Diesel. He just loves to fuck up like these kind of movies. Like he did.
He's a super action star. He thinks they're great, and he fucks everything up.
So, like for instance, he did this this movie, The Last Witch Hunter, which is also a fucking disgrace.
It's bad.
It's bad because
it's better than this one, I think.
Yeah,
I think it is. Slightly.
But they're kind of the same because like he fucks them up the same way every time.
Yeah.
But like he played like 2 games of D&D, so he was like, oh yeah, I want to do this thing. Like I'm serious. Like he said that. He's like, yeah, man, I play D&D.
I heard he was a Dungeons and Dragons like master. Like he's good at it. He plays it all the time. That's what I heard.
Well, I mean, being good at D&D, like not to just disparage D&D, but it's just a game where you make up stories. So
yeah, you can change anytime. You make your own fucking script.
Yeah. It's not like a skill game or something. It's just about like
you rolled a 7, the dragon stuck a pinky in your ass.
Yeah. You rolled a 7, so the dragon killed you. Like,
a roll I'm sure he's familiar with.
Yeah. But yeah, he just loves to like find these like interesting. He takes these interesting stories that are genre stuff and he fucks them up. He just makes them worse.
He is obsessed.
He just makes them worse.
Sci-fi and fantasy stuff. He's obsessed with it.
He's obsessed with it, and he just fucks it all up, man.
Yeah. He thinks because in his head he's like, I can make. He's watching a movie or episode like an anime or something.
Yeah,
he's watching it and he's like, I can make. You know, if they did this part, it'd be better. Then he tries to make the movie and they're like, no, they know what they're doing.
He's doing a voice in an anime. Like he's legit doing a voice. Yes, he is. I'm glad you brought that because he's doing a voice like in an anime. It was called.
He's jumping everywhere.
ARK, the animated series.
And he does a lot of voice work. I think he does a lot of voice work. I think.
Right.
How does he do in voice work? Was he decent with that?
Well, he was the Iron Giant.
Yeah, he's the Iron
Was
Giant.
he really?
He was the Iron Giant.
I think Disney's the only one who will take his shit. If he's
They
in a Disney movie,
will, yes.
Disney will have him and like, listen, you're not changing shit. We run this stuff.
Yeah, they get him in line.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised he accepts that. Well, I mean, anyone can jump on the Marvel bandwagon and make a boatload of money just doing what they say.
Basically, you have a chance of that any Disney movie. People are obsessed with Disney so much. Like I heard Milan, it was a train wreck, but because every actor there is still popular. Milan is like, oh, Milan this because Disney got a hand on it. Everybody who's a fan of Disney has to watch Disney, seen them
at least one time. Yeah.
Disney,
I'm more with the animated stuff. If I had to choose, animated, live action shit from Disney, I am not a fan of all their movies.
Disney has those diehard fans though that anything they put out, they have
everything. They love it. Yeah.
And even to the next extreme, they have to see it the day it drops. Like
even old school, everybody loved Herbie. I didn't like Herbie. That movie, that fucking movie, the car
Herbie the Love
was alive or something.
Really?
They redid it. Lindsay Lohan redid it.
Yeah, I remember. Movie. It's like Bumblebee, except not as cool.
It's not as cool. Yeah, don't have weapons and don't transform and fuck things up. Fucking Disney, man. But their anime stuff, like the old school shit.
Oh my!
The newer stuff that are coming out, it's not bad. I can watch it, but I'm not a huge Disney
what's
fan.
sad too is like this movie has a good cast. Michelle Yeoh's in it.
There's some good people in there.
Yeah, Melanie Thierry, or however you say her. That's a French name. I don't know how you say it. She's really cool. Charlotte Rampling, she's great. Mark Strong, who's like a bad guy in every movie. Like the cast is good. But
sorry, Aaron. This movie was rated. I forgot what it was. She didn't show no boobs because I think she was playing a 16-year-old that Vin Diesel was going to rape. But anyways,
he was 1 second away, man.
Movies after that, if she didn't walk in, he was going to drop that towel.
Yeah.
But if her movies later on, other movies she did, she does show titties, Aaron. Just to let you know, some of her movies.
Well, look, she's French. She's French.
What movies are those, James?
It's when I was on IMDb, her acting. I clicked on her, what movie she was, and then there was like comments. People were like saying that there's sex scenes and stuff, and you see her breast and all that.
Okay.
So, I forgot the movie's names. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention to it.
She's German. Oh no.
Is she German?
Yeah, she's French.
She's French. That's my bad.
Yeah, she is French. That's my bad.
Yeah, I think it was mostly a French production.
Her acting wasn't bad. It wasn't.
Yeah, no, she's good.
No.
She's good.
Yeah.
Listen, Vin Diesel is by far the worst part of this movie. Like the other actors in this movie are serviceable.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Vin Diesel
even the Russian mobster dude.
He's a really famous French actor.
Yeah,
actually.
Gerard Depardieu. That was Depardieu, right?
Yeah, it was. They put some weird shit on his face.
Fucking weird ass.
Look like he was like does crack or something.
He is such a fucking weird guy, man. Gerard Depardieu. He's so gross sounding in real life, man. The last thing I read about him, something to do with drinking boxes of wine a month or something like that. I don't remember. Just the amount of wine he drinks.
You
insane.
mean like Johnny Depp? Johnny Depp has the record, dude. He spent so much money.
Gerard Depardieu is probably up there, man.
Damn.
I know it's one of the reasons
That's what happened. Johnny Depp calls her like, yo, I want 18 cases of it. They're like, sorry, dude. Purdue got it first.
Probably.
Yeah, he beat you to it.
Probably.
Damn.
The biggest customers.
That's right. I forgot Gerard Depardieu was in this. That was him. Wow.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, that was him. He's that guy, who sends him on the mission.
What a weird person.
What a weird combination of movies we got last week for the Hate Wheel.
Can we think of any kind of something we forgot to do though? Probably the last couple of weeks. Can we think of any kind of connection here?
Oh God.
Ooh. Besides the fact that they both sucked,
and that we hate them,
terrible acting, neither one of them made sense.
Cityscape, perhaps. I'll go with City.
Vin Diesel could have been either one of them. They would have still sucked.
Someone dies in both of them.
They should have showed titties.
That cat is going to heaven.
That cat's dead. That cat is dead. That's one dead cat. That Jennifer Hudson is a dead cat.
She's gone. She's gone.
I mean, look.
She's going to hit the where the balloons pop. What's the layer of the atmosphere?
And then she's just going to fall, drop to earth.
And she'll be fucking singing and shit.
Yes. She can land.
Memories.
Landed
of
on
my
her
life when I die now. She's like splat.
Cats. She may land on her feet, but it's not gonna help.
It's not gonna help. She's fucking splat.
Oh God, fuck that movie.
Memories. She's fucking singing and shit, and she's falling. She's about to die.
That would have been a great closing scene.
It would have.
Shit.
That would have made the movie. That would have been the best part.
Yeah, just and then show a shot like in fucking Endgame where Black Widow's just dead. She just fucking fell and she died. Just dead, fucking blood coming out and shit.
Honestly, give her a couple of days. It looked like she was gonna die anyway. She was like raggedy.
She was really raggedy.
Mm-hmm. It's only speeding up the process.
She had rabies and shit.
Something.
Oh, but you know what's great? I forget what it's called, but there's this thing where cats can. There's like a cat AIDS. I'm not joking. There's
there is.
Do you remember what it's called?
Feline AIDS.
Just feline AIDS, I thought, right?
That's what I thought too.
I forget. I thought there was a specific name for it. But anyway, yeah, like maybe she had that.
Oh, definitely. They
Like,
all
it seemed
spreading
like
their legs. I'm sure she got it somehow.
Yeah, I don't know if it's not really. I don't think it's an STD, but it's like if you get bit by one.
I don't know, man. They're doing a lot of crotch licking.
That scene was so weird. I understand cats do that. You don't have to put that. Listen, skip that one, man. You don't have to put that in the movie because everyone was like showing their pussy. They're like, hey.
Like I said, that movie was made for furries. Yeah, the people who like that movie are furries. They're people who want to have sex with a anthropomorphized cat.
Let's just say all the seats were sticky when people left.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You mean the back of the seats in front of people?
Listen, there was a lot of wop in them seats.
Think so?
I think so. The furries, yeah, there was wop.
Could you imagine? You're the guy who has to clean this theater. You go in there, you see a bunch of fur balls, I'm
not gonna lie. This is going down a road.
I'll pull the fire alarm. Let the sprinklers go off and soak that shit. And there you go. I'm not touching nothing, man.
The sprinklers soak that shit. But they do. They like what they legit have to do though is they have to call in some people who it's like the people who clean carpets. That's what they have to do to the seats.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah,
or
that's what you have to do.
Steaming,
you gotta steam it.
Steam the shit out of it.
You gotta steam the shit out of it.
Oh, fuck that, man.
Yeah.
Like I told you guys, I worked at Adult World.
Did you really?
Yeah, that's when I quit because at first, the first week was cool, smooth. You sit there, you just watch people, doctors and everything come in, and you're like, "Yo, what the hell are they gonna buy?" Like I seen these. They look like they had the green scrubs from like ER doctors. I don't know if they were doctors or nurses or
surgeons.
It was a guy and a girl came in, and I was sitting there like, I'm to the guy who was training me. I was like, oh, please, let's see what they're going to. No joke. The first thing that girl picked up, and the exact word she goes, "This is what I'm talking about." It was a long two-sided dildo. Oh. And she was like, "This is what I was talking about." He was like, "Oh, I don't care. You want it?" She was like, "Well, maybe we'll come back." They didn't buy nothing. They left. So I told this story too. The funniest one I seen while I was counting batteries. You got to count batteries. Fucking, I don't understand that part. I looked at them. I was like, "You're stupid as fuck." But anyway, so an old lady came in. She was going up the porn aisles, and we started giggling. We're like, she's gonna come back with old school 70s with the bushes and everything, the fucking that kind of porn, little jokes like that. She went to the aisle, she grabbed something, we don't know what it was. Came to the counter. Now the counter had this little rack. It had like the lubes, like little samples. And she's like, "Oh, what's that?" We're like, "Oh," it's like we're saying to her, like, "Oh, it's for lubrication and stuff," right? We're telling her. "Oh, okay." She goes, "All right, I'll just take this." It was a box of anal beads. I had to turn around, the person who's training me had to take over and do the credit card because I almost burst out laughing. I had to go to the corner. I could not help it. It was shocking and funny.
Anal beads.
But anyways, the second week, they're like, okay, we're going to train you on something new. Come in the back rooms where everybody goes and samples the videos, and they come out and their faces beat red and they ask for ones. So if they came over there, they opened the curtain. They're like, okay, we washed these booths out. And there was a napkin stuck to the wall. And I said, fuck you. We got gloves and everything. I said, nope, I don't think so. I am not wiping people's juice.
No, man. Oh!
No, I'm not touching it. So other than that, if I had to do that job was fun. It was fun and hilarious.
This episode has gone in a direction I did not expect.
Yeah, I know. Can't help it.
I mean,
see that and that was just a test because if you pass that, then they would have been like, okay, now you got to clean the glory hole.
Yeah, something. Yeah,
something else.
There's a glory hole in there.
No, I'm sure there is.
Hole.
I wasn't expecting it. Trust me, I wasn't back there. But yeah, fun job though. It was funny.
Cool. I guess what's our rating? How many?
Fuck, man.
I don't even know. Like, what will we rate this?
I'll give it a
scale. On
how many? Oh my God, you're right.
How many babies?
Yeah, how many? Yeah,
Does she have? See the twins?
Supercomputers. Supercomputer babies.
How many supercomputer babies?
So bad.
2. I'm gonna just give it a 2. I get 2. I can at least salvage something from the movie.
Yeah.
In the fact that I enjoy action. In the fact that I enjoy action movies. But just fucking this is one of the worst that I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, the story doesn't make sense. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I was going to give it a 1. I was just going to separate the categories, but I was like, no, it's movies.
I can't grade it the same as Cats. I can't.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, it's better than Cats. I was thinking the same thing, so I'm going to go with you with a 2. It's low. Story sucked. The only positive thing, there was no singing.
Yeah.
I watched this first. Now I wish I watched Cats first, then this, because then it would have
helped.
Cleansed my palate. But I watched this shit at 2:30 this afternoon.
So
it's still kind of fresh on my brain. Yeah. It hurts my head.
Some of the action scenes are cool, but it's the recycled.
Not
Vin
really.
Diesel.
It wasn't that many. Yeah.
No, there's not even that, and there's not even that many. But it's the same recycled Vin Diesel bullshit that you can see in any movie he's ever been in ever.
It's crap. Yeah, definitely 2 for me. 2 supercomputer babies, twins,
pair of twins.
Yep.
It's the twins. I give it a twins.
Yep.
I am gonna give it like a 3. Triplets. It's bad. It's really bad. But I can see where the good movie was, and then I can see how Vin Diesel just stomped that into the ground for his dumb, bullshit. Because this director, he's done some good stuff. He's also an actor. He's mostly an actor. But he did this movie Lahane, which is really fucking good. But when you get paired up with Vin Diesel and he's this dumb fuck, you're done. He's gonna destroy your movie and just replace all the good shit with cliches, and that's exactly what they did in this movie. It sucked.
What do you think, Aaron?
-3. They was fucking terrible.
Oh, it's a negative streak this week.
Double negative for me. These movies are just fucking terrible. I'm so glad I didn't watch them back to back. It would just fuck my day up.
Hey man, these movies served their purpose.
They definitely did.
The hate wheel, definitely.
So, fuck you to who picked them, but great job to who picked them because the movies did their job. But wow, just wow. Still way better than Blood Lake, but still, these were just fucking fuck.
Yeah, they suck.
They suck.
Now is this one Babylon AD? Is it the Blood Lake of action films?
I don't know.
No, it's not that bad.
I don't think so. I don't think it's that bad.
I want to know what the first.
That's the Blood Lake of action films is what was that movie John Travolta did? The Scientology movie.
I should never know. I don't.
That needs to go on the hate wheel. I forget what that movie's called, but they made the Scientology movie.
It's an action film.
It's an action film.
Oh my god!
It is so fucking bad.
Oh,
it is so fucking.
Well, when we have to re-up the movies on the hate wheel,
I think I'll put that on there.
The hate wheel's getting love.
It is.
Yeah. We gotta wait for it to. We gotta wait for it to expire, though.
We're gonna have to add some of that shit too. We're gonna have to ask our significant others, like, hey, you need to get more movies.
Yep.
Oh, Battlefield Earth. Yeah, Battlefield Earth.
Oh, yeah,
oh.
That's the Blood Lake of action movies.
That's Scientology related?
Yeah. That's the name of the book. That's the name of
I did not know that.
That's the name of the book that he came up with to start his religion.
God,
but he says that shit is real. He said that shit was true.
I see.
About Xenu and all that shit and the volcanoes. And
I didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that either. That movie sucked ass.
That's the Scientology movie. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, John Travolta's a Scientologist.
That I knew. I didn't realize
that.
Battlefield Earth was.
And that's why he did the movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, that'll be on the next Hate Wheel.
And he thinks that's real?
He thinks it's real.
Okay.
Well, it's just mind-boggling.
It is. But like, what's funny? So you remember there was a South Park episode where they did the whole thing about what Scientology is about.
Why Isaac Hayes quit South Park.
Yeah, he quit because he was a Scientologist. But after that, they came up with a new storyline. Basically, they came up with a whole new story that's even crazier.
Yep. They're
like, oh yeah, that story that's true, but like, here's our real story now. And it's so fucking scary, man, to think that like you pay, because like you have to pay money into Scientology. It's like a fucking and so you pay, like, imagine you paid $100,000.
It's a high price cult.
Yeah, it's a high price cult, and not even like a good cult like the sex cults. Like
all right.
You pay to
like
worship Tom Cruise. That's
or whatever. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that one cult. There's this one cult which is run by women, and what they do is they get men into it and they teach you how to do oral sex. Like that's the
Where
the
you
cult.
sign up? What's cult is?
Well, it's going away, but that's literally the cult.
That's funny.
Yeah, I saw this thing. This guy, he was talking about like, oh yeah, I was in the cult for a long time, and like then I was like, me and this, I was working for this lady, and we were both in the cult at the same time, and she was really stressed. And I was like, hey, just want me to eat you out? Like, for real, that's what he said. Wow, it was that casual. It was that fucking casual. Anyway, but there was another one. It was called like Nivixum or something like that. That one recently. There were some people in.
That's the one with Chris, that Mac, the small girl actress.
I think
yeah. That's our local cult.
Yeah, that's our local.
Oh, cool. Okay,
dude.
They started prosecuting some people for that shit.
Yeah, so. Man, that's in our backyard.
Yeah, it is.
Albany.
We live in that area.
So in Albany, wow. Yeah, no, I guess our cult, like, because like my girlfriend said she actually went, because there was, in San Francisco, there was a campus. So you would go to they called it One Taste, where they teach dudes to eat pussy. They would, that's the name of the fucking cult. So you would go to San Francisco. They have an apartment building. They brainwash you. And if you decide to stay, you would live there. You would live on their campus in their little fucking apartment. And you just, you'd be a part of the cult. You eat a bunch of pussy, like, half the day. The other half of the day, you're scrubbing floors and shit.
What the fuck,
yeah.
Man.
Anyway. But yeah, it just seems like these sex cults, they just kind of appear in different places.
The occasional pizza. Pussy and pizza.
Pussy and pizza.
Wow.
But, yeah, with a little chaser, like a little lemon or something on top.
A little few shots. Yeah, there you go.
You're in the little lemon, a girl sitting there like, I'm stressed. You're like, you want me to eat your pussy?
A little lemon juice.
Dude, it was so funny because that was like, they were interviewing these ex-cult members, and he was telling a story. That was literally the story. Like, that's how casual it was to fucking eat pussy in this.
Damn,
in this fucking...
I feel like we got a name for a podcast, Pussy and Pizza.
Wow.
Dude, yeah. Oh my god. Could you I don't know, man. I couldn't. No, man. I can't. I couldn't join a cult for that. Even that. No, man.
Yeah, I can't either.
I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
No comment.
Yeah.
It seems like a good place to wrap things up.
Aaron's like, man.
Aaron would be in. He'd be in.
Nope, he'd definitely be in. You'll lose him. He'll be gone.
He'd be gone. Like, where's Aaron? Like, oh, he there's this group called One Taste, and he's living with them in Albany right now.
I don't know. He said something about pussy and pizza and ran.
Yeah, just ran away.
He just ran.
Oh,
all I saw was the back of his head.
Yeah.
That's funny in so many different ways. And on that note, before we take it any further, people, go check out Worst Damn Gamer Ever on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitch, and on YouTube. Go check out So Good It's Scary on Facebook and on Instagram. And go check out Horror with Search 30 live Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. You see all the platforms. Popcorn and Pints, 9 o'clock Saturday Eastern Time. There's all the platforms. Stories from a Bar, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anywhere you can listen to podcasts, including YouTube. Deep Focus Cinema, Facebook and YouTube. Check all the social medias out. Give them all a like, a share, a follow, all that good stuff. Because there's some fucking dope ass content, and there's no other reason not to. Thanks for popping by, people, and peace, peace, peace.
Fuck Cats the movie.
Fuck
It
it.
fucking sucks.
Fuck Vin Diesel.
Wop,
Fuck
wop,
Vin Diesel.
wop.
Fuck Vin Diesel.